SAFC Fan TV, I'm with Scott. Scott, obviously Sunderland's won 3-1. It's a good win, obviously, after getting beat 3-0 off Peterborough. What do you make of the game?
Thought they were dominant going forward, but a bit sloppy at times. Just keeping the balls were biggest problem all the time. A lot of long balls that don't need to be played. I thought Dobson had a good game. Things to work on, but it's 3 points, so we'll take it.
That's obviously my opinion. Obviously, I think Dobson coming in for Power, I think that was a good move. Obviously, Denver Humes went left back, O'Nine's still right back. I don't agree with that, but do you think obviously the new sign Lawrence de Bottle coming left back, and then we might look a bit better?
No, I don't think Denver will lose his place, to be honest. I think he's been brought in. If you read the reports out of last week, judging by Jack Ross, I think Denver Hume's going to be first choice anyway. I like Denver Hume, and I know a few lads that know him anyway, so going forward he's a good player. Defensively he's obviously going to get found out sometimes, but he's a young lad, so hopefully he can work on that.
There's a lot of supporters today. I mean, I was a bit surprised actually, obviously when you win the game 3-1 after the defeat of Peterborough. I mean, there's a lot of supporters like angry, but we won the game, so I'm a bit like confused.
I think that's just being a Sunderland fan. Everyone's got their own opinions and stuff like that. People will keep them to themselves. People will show them probably more aggressively than some other people. So I think if you want to voice your opinion, then do it. But a lot of people are going to be angry. Obviously, we're Sunderland. We're a big club. We're in this league for a reason, and everyone just wants to get out of it. I think we will. It's just a matter of time when. That's all.
Obviously, the takeover talk is obviously massive on my side. I'm hoping next week we might get some really good news. Do you think that's obviously it's going to be massive for the football club if it goes through?
Yeah, obviously Donald and Methven, in my opinion, have done a good job. They've changed the culture of the club back to what it used to be. I don't think they're going to have the money to take it any further, so obviously this is where the investment's coming for, which is a good thing. So yeah, it's good for us.
So do you think, like, going forward, this squad is good enough to deliver promotion this season?
In this league? Yeah, definitely. It was last year, but obviously it wasn't good enough.
You said last year, yeah. So why did we not go up last year?
Because we didn't get enough points.
Whose fault was that?
Players.
Not the manager?
Everyone takes responsibility in a football club. Manager, players, everyone should take that responsibility. At the end of the day, we're a big side, we're a big team, and it is frustrating that we haven't went up, but it will be a matter of time before we do. But last year might have been a blessing whether we've went up or not. If the money hasn't been there and we've got promoted, will we have had the money to compete in the Championship? Probably not. So
you're confident in Jack Ross going forward?
Listen, a lot of people have got opinions on Jack Ross, and that's fair enough. Again, people are going to have them. I like him. He's a young manager. I just wish he'd keep the ball on the floor more and play a lot more football, which is frustrating again, but that's my opinion. So a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's completely fine.
Yeah, thanks for your time, mate. Cheers. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Thank you. SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton. I'm with Zoe Johnson. Zoe, obviously Sunderland's won 3-1. Sorry about that. Right. What do you make of the game?
It was a decent game, but we didn't win, so it's all right though. Yeah. Because we're going to win other games.
What do you think of Sunderland fans?
They're very loud, I can tell you that, but they're all right. It's just football, isn't
What's your aspirations? Do you think you can stay up the season?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to win some games, I know that. So.
What do you think about, obviously, I know you want to talk about Accrington, but what do you think about Sunderland? Do you think we can get promoted this season?
Probably. Hope not, but probably.
Hope not?
Yeah, like, I want Stanley, don't I? So, yeah, it's all right. You'll get put up, I know that.
Do you think we'll get promoted?
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Zoe.
It's all right.
Cheers, thank you. SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton. I'm with Danny from Accrington Stanley. Danny, obviously we've won the game. Sunderland's won the game 3-1. What do you make of the game?
Well, we got off to a good start, you know. Cracking goal from our lad, and sloppy defending let you back in, and it just went downhill from there. You know, two bad decisions from Mark Hughes at the back, and gifted you 2 goals, and nothing really changed since then.
Personally speaking, I don't think there was much in the game really. It was just a bit of quality. I think what won the game for us really. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree. You know, you can see the difference in the squads, the pace, and you know, I mean, I thought McGeady were fantastic for you lads today, and scored a good goal and won you the game.
Where do you think you're realistically, like obviously finishing this season? Where do you think is a finish in the league this season?
We're in trouble at the minute, you know. That was first loss in 3 games, but I'll be happy with just outside relegation.
Do you know what? Like, I really hope you stay up, because obviously we've come down. Me and my friends have come down. It's been a nice atmosphere. You know, it's a nice place, and I really, personally speaking, I think you will stay up, and I hope you do.
I hope we do. You know, it's been a long, hard run to get back into the Football League, and you know, we spent 12 years in League Two. We finally won the league, and we had a good season last season. Got off to a good start. Went a bit shaky towards the end, but managed to stay up, and hopefully we've had a bad start this season, and hopefully we can turn things around.
I don't know if you've heard, but obviously Sunderland Football Club's been involved with talks with massive billionaire owners, and do you think, obviously, if that goes through, obviously a lot of Sunderland fans will be very excited? It could be Man City and Chelsea. It's happened to them over the years. Do you think that could be good for Sunderland?
I think you'll definitely win the league this year.
You'll win the league?
Yeah? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. You're a fantastic team, and good luck to you.
That's lovely words, mate. Thanks. I wish you well in this season, all right? Thanks, mate. Thank you, mate. SAFC Fan TV, I'm Shaun Middleton. I'm with Peter Whelan. Peter, obviously Sunderland's won 3-1. Great result. For me, personally speaking, obviously after the 3-0 defeat to Peterborough, a lot of fans coming out very disappointed. Why do you think that is?
I can't really understand that. I think it's always important to bounce back, and we'll bounce back. I don't think we were good today. I think the only difference between us and Accrington is 3 quality goals. I thought they were the better team in the first half, and I thought in the second half we didn't really have to get out with first gear. But you can never be disappointed with 3 points. A win's a win at the end of the day, yeah.
Obviously, you know, when 3-1 up, do you think the manager's obviously just said, well, you know, he's probably just said, just keep it tight and don't do anything stupid? Yeah,
it's one of them things. I think it's easy to say from the stands, or why we're sitting back, why is he being negative? But I think it's just a player reaction thing. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'm not Jack Ross's favourite fan, but I think it's just an instinct. You're 3-1 up. We're not that good defensively, so no, I think it's more from the players' side of things, to be fair.
Next year, we've got next couple of games. We've got Rotherham and we've got Bolton next Saturday. Yeah. Obviously, would you imagine 6 points is a bare minimum we need?
That's got to be the target. The reason we didn't go up last season is consistency. That was the word for me. That if you could sum up a word in Sunderland's season last season, it was we weren't consistent enough. So yeah, but like I say, we just got to put a run of form together and do what Luton done last season. 6 or 7 wins, you lose, and you go and record another 6 or 7 wins again. Yeah, just got to keep going.
I mean, I kind of get that with the fans. Like coming out, obviously they're a bit angry, but when you win the game 3-1, you've got 3 points. I mean, you know, we taught this on the way down. I'm not Jack Ross's favourite fan, but if he gets results, you know what I mean, then that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, football's a results business, isn't it? You're not going to get promoted playing 46 bad matches. I mean, we never play well, that's the problem. But I thought today we lost at Peterborough, which is important to bounce back. If we carry on playing like that, yeah, we're not going to win every week. But I think today was just important to get that win again and bounce back. Yeah.
Do you think, not being disrespectful to Accrington Stanley, do you think it's the case of, well, we're coming down here with Sunderland Football Club, we should be expected to win 3 points? Obviously the supporters wanted more goals, they didn't get them. Obviously won 3-1, but maybe they're expecting 4, 5, 6-1. Do you think that's maybe what it is?
You know, I don't think it is arrogant. I mean, we are Sunderland, we are in the 3rd division, we deserve to be here because we haven't been good enough in recent seasons. But no, I mean, if we want to get promoted, we have to come here and win these games, as to Ipswich, as to Portsmouth. So no, I think we've got fair expectations. I mean, Peterborough won 6-0 today. They went 3-0 up and they don't stop. We go 3-1 up and we do stop. That's the problem. So I'm not disappointed that we won, but we just got to be more positive for 90 minutes rather than 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
I mean, changing the subject here. I mean, we cancelled the game last week, obviously against Burton. Do you think that was the right thing to do? Obviously, we had got Lee Burge now as the goalkeeper, and obviously we had 3 players on national duty. We had obviously Colin McLaughlin, John Flanagan, and obviously John McLaughlin. Do you think, you know, we signed Lee Burge as the goalkeeper to come in? Do you think that was the right thing to do?
I think Burge is a worthy number 2, definitely. I think a lot of people have been discussing this. Because we lost at Peterborough, you've got 2 weeks to dwell on it. Yeah. But had we have won, you'd be like, same reason you'd want to bounce, you know, carry it on. I don't know, it's one of them things. We've won today. I mean, had we have lost today, you could have argued we should have played better last week. But no, I mean, we've won today, like I say. Just consistency. I keep banging on about that word, but that's what always stops Sunderland from progressing. So
obviously Jack must have made 2 changes. He brought in obviously Denver Hume, left back, and obviously he brought George Dobson in for Max Power. Do you think, obviously going forward, I think in the middle, sticking with Power and Ledbetter, I think it's a good change, that, do you think?
I thought Dobson was a very good move today. I thought Dobson was good today. I think he carries us up the pitch. I'm not saying he's streeting ahead of the others, but going forward he is. You see he drives us forward. Obviously got to play the part for McNulty's goal, I believe. But yeah, Hume, he's decent enough. I think he's better than Conor McLaughlin left back, but obviously we're brought into is it? How do you pronounce? Lawrence de Bock. We're brought in him, so we'll see what he's like. You never know.
So obviously I've been talking to supporters there. Obviously takeover talks massive on Wayside. That's just there's a lot of impatient fans thinking, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I think hopefully, fingers crossed, it could happen next week sometime. That's what do you think? What's your feelings on that?
Exciting times. I think if we were to get promoted, it's when we'd see the money in the Championship. I don't think we're going to see it in the 3rd division. But no exciting times. But like you say, these things don't happen overnight. Especially what's happened to Bury and Bolton. The AFL need to make sure everything's in place now. So no, I'm not concerned. I'm not worried. It is Sunderland, so I am worried. But no, as long as it gets done sooner rather than later, then great. Yeah.
Do you think going forward it's obviously positive now?
Absolutely. I mean, we're in the 3rd division and we're getting taken over by what? Arguably the richest men in football. But we've got to stay grounded though. That's important because it's not all about money, it's how you recruit as well. But providing we recruit well, yes, we have. If we do go up, we need to spend a bit of money. So, but yeah, hopefully the takeover happens sooner rather than later.
I think you made a good point. I was checking the scores. I couldn't get a connection obviously in the stadium. But I'm sure Peterborough got 6, and I think Ipswich. It wasn't. It was who? Rotherham and Peterborough got 6 goals each. I mean, we've got Rotherham on Tuesday. I think you cannot really disrespect them. I think they'll come and they'll be confident.
I think Sunderland are better than Rochdale. Sunderland are better than Peterborough. I know I'm saying this when Peterborough beat Sunderland 3-0 last weekend, but that's where the manager comes into it for me. We score 3 goals. Why are we happy with 3 goals? Peterborough score 3 goals. They're not happy with 3 goals. So I think it's just been a bit more positive. The game's never won, so continue. We've got the players to kill any team at any given moment. Like I say, I don't think we were good today. I think the only difference was our quality in the final third, as it's going to be a lot of weeks in this league.
I just think like our manager, like if he just went for it a little bit more. I mean, I'm happy with 1-3-1, obviously, but if he went for it a little bit more, we could have maybe getting 5 or 6 a day.
I said to Michael, the most I've ever seen Sunderland score away from home was 4 against Gillingham last season. I said that could be beaten a day at half time. Honestly, I said we could score 6 or 7 here, but we didn't even look like scoring in the second half really. But neither did Accrington, to be fair. But yeah, it's a win's a win, isn't it?
Anyway, we're going to get home happy, and obviously a nice try for him. So coming going forward.
I don't know, it's Sunderland, isn't it? We've just got to keep going. We're just one game at a time.
Top 2?
Playoffs.
Good. Right.
Actually, I'll re-answer that. Top 2 with the more positive manager. Playoffs with Jack Ross. There you go. We'll end on that.
Okay, mate. Cheers. Thanks, Pete. Cheers.